Okay, today is the day for the Prius drain refill, transmission fluid. It's a CVT transmission, uses world standard fluid. Can't flush it, you gotta just drain and refill it. Sort of like a manual transmission or a differential. And this is on a 2012 Prius, but it should be the same for all the 3rd gen. And I think that's about it. Let's get started. Okay, here we have all our supplies, tools. We got our world standard fluid to refill the transmission with. The drain plug and fill plug have gaskets on them. They're like an aluminum washer. We have 2 of those. To remove the clips from the cover underneath, you can use flat screwdriver, pretty much whatever works for you, just to pry them out, and hopefully you don't break too many of them. And then there's also some 10mm bolts that need to come out as well to remove the plastic cover. And then, we're going to use our fluid pump to pump the new transmission fluid into the transmission. And then also for the drain plug, it uses, 10mm, it's like an Allen key. This is one that goes onto a ratchet, because you gotta yank on it pretty hard, so it might even help to have a breaker bar as well. And I think that's about it. Make sure it's lined up. There we go. Okay, to jack up the front of the car, there's this round opening in the plastic cover, and this is a portion of the frame here that you can lift the car by. Okay, and then for your jack stands, there's these pinch weld spots. So it's between the notches is where they tell you to place your jack stand. There's a set of these in the front and also in the rear between the wheels. Our jack is a little in front of the recommended location, but that's just because our floor is uneven, and but we don't recommend this. Alright, and then this is the recommended jacking point for the rear. It's right behind the suspension, near the muffler, and ahead of all this plastic covering here. So it shouldn't be too hard to find. Here's the pinch welds in the rear. We tried to set our jack stand so that the car is as level as possible, so that when we refill the fluid, it's at we get the right amount. Alright, so to access the drain plugs, and so we can get a better view for the video, we're going to take out the plastic cover underneath. Oh, what happened? It's broken. But anyways, there's a bunch of clips, a whole bunch of these plastic clips, which you can probably pop out with a flathead screwdriver. I sprayed them with WD-42 to try to make them easier to remove. And then there's a few 10mm bolts as well that are going to need to come out. I'm going to take those out first. It wasn't very large.
Can I try to get this? It's a little spots. Alright. It looks like it. There we go. Ah, the transmission.
This is the location of the drain plug and the fill plug for the transmission fluid. You don't want to get confused with this coolant plug right here. These are facing the passenger side here, but the transmission itself is basically, it's on the driver's side. Anyways, and then there's these gaskets here that we're gonna replace with new ones, and so now we're gonna pull out the drain plug and get rid of our old fluid. Oh, with our Allen hex piece here. Ooh, there we go. Okay. I don't know how far out this is going to go shooting out. Better get ready. Ooh, rag. I should have got a rag. Oh well, no snap. There we go. We took out the drain plug first just because we didn't want fluid spilling out from the top and making a big mess. It does help a little bit when you take the top one out to let the fluid flow out the bottom, but it still works fine without when you do the drain plug first. Okay, so I'm taking off the old gasket, replacing it with a new one, and I'm going to replace our drain plug. How did the fluid get all the way over there? Don't want to snug it too tight, it is going into aluminum. Okay, so here is our setup for refilling. To do it, let's see, I guess efficiently and cleanly. We have our pump with one end going into, of course, a transmission fluid bottle, and then the other end going up to the fill plug, and then we have our pan set up so that when it overflows it won't drip all over the ground. And we're basically just gonna take all the caps off the bottles so that we can move the inlet hose from one to the next and continue filling it up. So we're gonna do that now. Running out, so you can hear it and feel it when it runs out, and you can move over to the next one. There you go. Oh, that's why we have the bottles in the pan, because
It's always going to be some of this fluid spilling out when you're going from bottle to bottle. Ooh, I got a little leaking out of the pump too. Oh, yeah, my arm is tired. It's a little cramped in here. You know what, too? Each bottle has a little bit left.
Yeah.
You can like pour it all into one. Should I just get the 5th bottle?
Yeah, use the 5th bottle.
Let's get the 5th bottle. Ooh, there we go. Think we're full. Started to come out. Just gonna collect everything into the pan. Put our new gasket on the fill plug. Then we get to clean this up. For the fill plug, the axle's kind of in the way, so using an extension to get around it. Let's see. There we go. Alright, once you got your fill plug snug in place, then you just gotta put your cover back, keep track of where all the clips and bolts go. So there's a lot of them. I think there's about 12 clips and 6 bolts, and then you'll be done.
Alright, so as long as your car is pretty close to level ground, fluid level should be fine. If there's any overflow, it pours right back out of the hole. That's why you need to have your drain pan there when you're refilling it. And yeah, once you got the cover back on, safely lower the car back onto the ground, and you're done.